what I do now is I teach people how to buy website businesses, people that want to sort of get to this space of, whole make money online type deal. And they come in and they want to learn, how to buy them rather than just grow them. And that's a different option. My origin is I was a plumber. I was working, crazy hours per week and commuting to work and all that fun. And it took me a while to get to the point where I was buying sites. I struggled a fair bit and then got to a point where I bought a couple. People found out about it, wanted to know more, and that's why we spawned into teaching.
Got it. And I detect a little bit of an accent. Are you from Texas?
No, I'm from across the border. Okay. No, I'm well across the border. I'm from Australia. Yeah.
Okay, right on. Very cool. And you were a plumber before, so how did you make the transition over to purchasing websites and businesses in general? What happened there?
Yeah, well, there was a lot of struggle, as you could imagine. Any entrepreneur has that struggle phase, right? So I was working a lot and I'd quit work and I'd go away and I'd travel because I was like, all right, I'll save up for a year. I'm going to go away and travel for 6 months because the Aussie dollar's really good back then. Now it's not so good as we record, but and I'd go away and spend all my money, come home broke or with a little bit of money and then start working again and repeat that. And I was like, man, I need to, I don't want to work. I thought I was running away from my job, but I was literally running away from what my life was at that time. And I sat down and I was in Egypt and I was a dive master. I did a dive master course, became a dive master, and I became a dive guide. And I realized this is what I want to do. I want to travel the world. But how do I do it, right? I literally jumped on Google and I typed in how to travel the world and make money online and popped up travel bloggers. I'm like, that's it. I'm a travel blogger now. And I did that and struggled my way through travel blogging because everybody's a travel blogger and everybody now with an iPhone is a travel blogger. And so I did see that there wasn't a whole lot of money to be made in that, but I was just like, you know what, I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm going to show you that I can do this. And and I made a little bit of money. It wasn't enough to sustain the lifestyle. So I stopped that and I thought, all right, I need to get proper online business, like a drop shipping business or something. And I started a drop shipping business and I failed. And I put so much work and effort into it. And it wasn't the main reason I failed is because I spent a whole lot of time on it. I didn't spend too much money, but I spent so much time building this thing. And I just thought, if I got a shop online, people are going to come and buy stuff. But it's not the case, right? You can have the best shop in the world, but it could be in the desert and nobody would know about it and you wouldn't make any money, even if the shop was made out of gold or whatever it is. So I failed at that. I didn't know what marketing was. I learned a whole lot about marketing and then I thought, well, I'm going to go away and buy a website instead now. I'm failing. I came across this thing that was 90% of startups fail, this stat. I was like, whoa, dude, I'm going to buy one that's past that 90% failure rate. And I taught myself how to do research and due diligence. And then I got into that, bought one and another one, and people found out. And then they're like, mate, can you teach me how it's done?
Got it. And can you put a little bit of a timeline around everything that you said? So how long were you a plumber, and then how long were you sort of traveling and going back and forth? And then with the travel blogging, how long did you give that? And just sort of set a timeline for us.
Yeah, so I was plumbing. So I got out of school and I was plumbing from 2005 to 2000 probably 2014, and 2013, and I bought my first business then. But in between 2012 to 2014, I was travel blogging for 2 years, and I also had my travel blog whilst I was building this first drop shipping store, and I built that up over 6 months, 8 months, and I kept it, and then I just shut it down later because it just wasn't making money and there's costing me hosting and all that fun stuff. So, and then since mid 2014, I've been buying sites, and I got to a point where I bought my first business in 2014, and then I bought a second one in 2015. And within a short period, I had 2 businesses, and I was making more from my full-time gig as I was a supervisor at the plumbing firm at this time. And so I quit, and then I went away and traveled, and then I bought a third business, and then it just grew from that.